Fun one right here. Dana White Contender Series alumni versus a dangerous knockout artist. Joe Pyfer, man. What is it? Body Bags Pyfer versus Alen Amedovski, man. And Amedovski, who came in with a bunch of knockouts into the UFC, who proceeded to lose the decision, then get knocked out a couple times, right after he had like a 28-month layoff in between knockout losses. He's back against a man who, I think you said it the most aptly earlier, man. Somebody does not like Alen Amedovski. Somebody, like, he pissing somebody's Cheerios, bro, because Joe Pyfer is coming off of a nasty left hook, clean the man's clock, right? Nasty left hook win. And given the way that Amedovski fights, Joe Pyfer is one of the biggest mismatches I think that we can kind of see here on this main card. Now, if you did have to choose a reason why Amedovski could win this fight, what would that reason be?
Ooh, man.
And it's not good.
Power in the hand.
All right, good. I was going to say, for a second, I was like, it's not good when my man AJ has to think that long about it. Normally, it's like, oh, here's this. He's like, yeah, no, but you're right. Power in the hands, right?
Power in the hand.
Yeah, and I like that, but like elaborate a little bit. Give me some more.
Well, so the thing is with Amedovski, he loads up. He's kind of a plotter. He has a lot of power, and there's a reason he does. He loads up on all that stuff because he has felt success when he actually catches your clock. You know, when he hits and he's actually hitting on flows or combos are moving swift. Amedovski has a lot of power, and he can get you going. The thing is, man, Pyfer has a whole different look. He has great counter punches. That you're talking about that Dana White Contender Series. It wasn't even just a check left hook, man. He parried the shot. He parried the jab out of the way just enough to get that counter hook coming across. Beautiful by Pyfer. But if Amedovski is going to win this one, man, he has to stay in his realm. Foot on the, not necessarily on the gas pedal, but foot leading the dance. He has to win that foot battle, that the advantage where he's actually staying on the outside, letting his power work for him, letting his moves do his thing. And if Amedovski is able to not load up as much, but still land the power shots, put Pyfer on his back foot, kind of get him worried a little bit, then I think we're seeing something interesting right there. Do you agree with me, or you see something different?
You know what's funny? I agree with you, but for all the reasons why Amedovski can win this fight is exactly why I think he's going to lose this fight. It's because you're going to walk. I like that he walks forward. He walks his opponents down, but I also think that Joe Pyfer's style is suited for that specifically for two reasons. The first reason is because he can literally emulate what he did in his last fight and just catch you with a counter strike and knock you clean out, right? But the second thing is the easiest way for me to take you down as a competitor, right, is if you are walking towards me. Just if you look at the physics of the momentum, right? You're walking towards me. I'm right here. You're walking towards me. I just come up and boom, take you down. But if you're backing up and I have to chase you, you have a good shot, get your hips back, sprawl out, all that good stuff, right? So timing, it kind of messes up that whole entire factor. And there's a whole entire reason why somebody will throw for a big shot and somebody will duck under and take him down. I think that's what Joe Pyfer can do because his wrestling is fantastic. He's called body bags for a reason. And it's as simple as this, man. Amedovski is live by the sword, die by the sword, and I think he dies by the sword on this one, proverbially speaking. No one's dying here. But Joe Pyfer, I think, is going to knock my man clean out. First round, TKO. I don't have much else to say, but Amedovski likes to move forward, and I think that's going to be the downfall. Simple as that. I like the first round. I like the under. AJ, Pyfer, how's he get it done?
Ooh, first round, huh, Derek? I'm going TKO as well, but I'm going to give him I was about to give him round 2, and I just don't think that's going to happen. One of the big things that worries me about Amedovski is the same thing we were talking about before. All the stuff, all his pros, where he's loading up, he likes to drop his hands. He drops that lead hand so he can come across with a big one. If you're Joe Pyfer and you've already shown a beautiful parry to a counter, what's the saying you're not going to do that again, especially because Pyfer can cut angles very, very nicely, whether he wants to get to your hips, cut an angle, and then put you down, or cut an angle in the counter punching and then come across. I think Joe Pyfer gets it done. Round 1, TKO. But I'll go late round 1. I don't know if that really matters. It's round 1 regardless, but either way.
Round 1 is round 1, right? And the only reason why I'm so confident on the round 1 is because I think Joe Pyfer, I think he's going to go in there with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder and say, I'm going to get this dude out of there. He already said in the press conference, I'm going to come here and I'm going to whoop this dude's ass. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, you got to say it, right? But this is the other point, too. When it comes down to the grappling, Joe Pyfer also, he can grapple, man. You know what I mean? Amedovski, he is a little apt and a little too prone to play jiu-jitsu, play off of his back, and give up his back in weird situations where he really shouldn't give up his back. I just wasn't super impressed by the grappling, and I think Joe Pyfer's size advantage is going to play a large role in that one too. So let's see what happens. But we got Joe Potty Bags Pyfer.